Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, you probably can't see it really. This is Flagstaff 2016, known within ICOP as Rocket, um, in a Fletcher, and he played this entire game with no guns. And while I'm not going to show the whole thing because there's a lot of dead space, I wanted to show you that it can be done, and it can be done effectively if you're careful. He remained pretty much unspotted the entire game, more or less, and was able to put his torpedoes to good use. Now, this is fairly early in the match. You can see we got 15 minutes and 41 seconds left in the game. He sees a Tago and a couple of other ships back in this gap, and well, we'll just watch what happens here. And this can be really effective on maps with this kind of island layout. Now, nobody knows he's here, right? And you'll see that he's just outside of the cap circle. Now, the bad guys have it, but if he went in it, then the bad guys know that he's there. So he didn't go in the cap. And the red team have every reason to think that maybe that smoke is going to afford them some protection, because if there was a BD here, well, gosh, he would certainly go in the cap, wouldn't he? Well, no. I think Rocket made the right call here, and as a result, he catches the Shima trying to get through that, either heading back into the cap to get torpedoes on something, or just traversing to throw torpedoes out the same way that Rocket did. Now, that's kill number one. Yeah, it gets better. So we're going to just fast forward here, and you can see lots of dead space. And his rocket is looking for an opportunity with the torpedoes again, not using the guns at all. All right, so this is the next opportunity that he sizes up and says, yeah, I think I could make something out of this. He sees Genon pushing in. Still in the same place, throws the torpedoes out there. Now, Genon knows that there's got to be somebody here, right? Because nobody else can spot him. But he's stuck between those islands, and there's only a little bit of room to maneuver. Now, Rocket has already moved on. He's saying, okay, now what can I do with the turrets? And you can see Genon there. Genon is kind of moving really slowly. And Rocket is saying, well, I don't want to get spotted by Genon, but I'm going to start looking at what else is available here. And boom, down goes Genon. So that's kill number two. Again, this entire game played without firing the guns even once. And Rocket's already moved on, and he's sizing up the turrets for a torpedo strike. Now, you know, if you look at the game, his team's doing really well, and that helps a lot. But what's the lesson here? At least for me, the lesson is patience. Sometimes that's really what it takes, whether you're using big guns or whether you're using torpedoes. You can see that somebody's committed to an action, either going between some islands or making a turn or whatever, and then you can make your weapons really most effective. Okay, so there's another kill here. So we go fast forward here to right about here, and he waits until the turrets commits to a turn, and then he has some idea which direction turrets is going to be going. You can see he doesn't launch the torpedoes till he's sure turrets is making the turn. Waits on the second set, knowing that the turrets is probably going to slow down as soon as he sees the first set of torps. He throws the second out. And you can see the turrets is slowing down already. Of course, the turrets is looking at in Alabama, North Carolina, Holland, and that's going to be it for the turrets. So that's kill number three in a game played without ever firing his guns. Now, granted, 64,653 damage. That's not a lot, but he did some spotting this game. You can see he's got 4 detections, landed 5 torpedoes with floods, 3 incapacitations, sank 3 ships, and picked up a solo cap and also 2 cap defenses. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you in this game is that toward the end, since he had decided no guns this game, he knows that the bad guys are in the alpha cap, And he runs in here, and you can see that his friends are moving from Bravo. So rather than opening up with guns, he smokes for his team.
Smoke generator started.
Now Alabama can probably, if he just sits there, fire without being spotted. I'm not so sure about North Carolina, but you can see North Carolina's changing his line. And so we've got an Otago, a Brindisi, a Minotaur, and this Massachusetts on the red team. And this game is, well, it's effectively over. And I think if you're going to play a game and never use your guns, you could do worse, right? Now this game ends pretty abruptly. So I'll say, Rocket, well played. You know, if you're going to challenge yourself in this way, hats off to you for actually being able to contribute. 3 kills, 64,653 damage, and you helped the team. So way to go. This is just a kind of a midweek short video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.